Welcome to the Austin District 2021-2024 Rural Transportation Improvement Program Virtual Public Meeting pre-recorded video presentation. My name is Brandon Marshall, and I am the Project Delivery and Advanced Transportation Planning Supervisor with the Austin District. I am here today to review the rural TIP process and the projects to be included in the upcoming 2021-2024 rural TIP. Today, we will review the counties and roads covered in the rural TIP for the Austin District. We will also review the basics of the rural TIP. We will explain how the projects included in the program are selected and classified to make the most of the program. Once we've reviewed all of this, you will have the opportunity to review all the projects the Austin District has included in the 2021 to 2024 program. We will also go over funding, answering questions about where the money comes from to pay for these projects and how it gets distributed. Lastly, we will outline all the options you can utilize to comment on these projects. The Austin District includes the 11 counties shown on the map. Projects included in the 2021 to 2024 rural TIP are in Blanco, Gillesple, Lee, Llano, and Mason counties. The Rural Transportation Improvement Program is a list of projects to be funded over the next 4 years. The projects included in the list are expected to be underway within 4 years following their approval. The plan is meant to be multimodal, including projects relating to highways, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, transit services, and freight projects, as well as the preliminary studies used to define those projects. The rural TIP represents a regional agreement on the need and priority of a transportation project, so all parties involved can be sure they are making the best investment for the community. It is also expected to be consistent with the projects and objectives included in a regional long-range transportation plan to ensure all agencies are working toward the same goal. The rural TIP is a part of the Statewide Transportation Improvement Program, or STIP. Because the program rules are established by federal law, no project can receive federal funding unless it is listed in the rural TIP. We strongly encourage your participation because funding secured by this process is intended to address your community's most immediate needs. By providing comments on the priority of the projects included, you're helping us identify regional priorities. By reviewing the entire program in this meeting, you are having a regional impact and ensuring we are investing where we should. Rural transportation organizations, metropolitan planning organizations, and local governments are responsible for selecting projects within their boundaries. TxDOT, through the area offices and district office, is responsible for selecting all projects related to the state transportation system and other national roadways. The area offices are on the front lines of obtaining information from local governments throughout the year. They work with district leadership on setting priorities for short and long-term funding on various roadways. This includes interstates, state and U.S. highways, and the farm-to-market and ranch-to-market roads you use every day. The projects you review should respond to local needs. It is our responsibility to give you the opportunity to provide input on which projects should be advanced. Once projects have been defined, they are evaluated according to their scale and classified according to the funding they require, as well as their potential impact. Large projects are categorized as regionally significant projects and are included as standalone items. For example, a new bridge over a river. To simplify this budgeting and planning process, smaller projects are lumped together into 11 subcategories referred to as grouped projects. Group projects include things like preventative maintenance, rehabilitation, landscaping, safety lighting, or a new bicycle and pedestrian facility. These grouping practices facilitate the federal funding of smaller projects. For example, the pavement repair of an FM road. The next several slides will provide information on projects by county. This map shows all projects included in the 2021 to 2024 rural TIP for Blanco County. We will start with RM 1623. This is a full depth repair, level up, and seal coat scheduled for letting to construction September of 2020. Next, we have US 281, an overlay scheduled for letting December of 2020. Next, we have State Loop 163, a level up and overlay scheduled for May of 2022. Next, for SH 71, we have the construction of a continuous left turn lane and shoulders scheduled for letting March of 2022. Next, we have two projects on US 290, a level up and seal coat scheduled for letting September of 2022. Next, on US 290, we have a bridge rehabilitation scheduled for letting September of 2022. Next, on US 281, we have a seal coat scheduled for letting September of 2022. Next, on RM 165, we have a level up and seal coat scheduled for letting September of 2022. The last project in the TIP window for Blanco County is at the Blanco State Park. There is seal coats for the roads, parking lots, and campsite pullouts within the park scheduled for letting September of 2023. Now, there are two projects also on the slide for US 281. This is a project selected by the Texas Transportation Commission for funding from US 290 to the Comal County line to upgrade the facility from a 2-lane undivided to a 4-lane divided roadway. As said, this project is outside of the 2021 to 2024 TIP window, but is a project of interest for the region. This map shows all projects included in the 2021 to 2024 rural TIP county. First on the list, US 290, there's a seal coat scheduled for September of 2020. Next, on RM 1376, there is a seal coat scheduled for letting September of 2020. Next, on US 290, there is the installation of a continuous left turn lane and addition of paved shoulders scheduled for letting April of 2022. Next, on County Road 123, there is a bridge replacement project scheduled for letting November of 2022. Next, on US 290, there is a widening for the addition of a continuous left turn lane scheduled for letting March of 2023. Also on US 290, there is a widening for a center left turn lane scheduled for June of 2023 letting. Next, we have at the LBJ State Park, there is a seal coat for the roads, parking lots, and campsite pullouts within the park scheduled for a September of 2023 letting. Next, on US 87, there is a full depth repair, level up, bonding course, and inlay scheduled for a November of 2023 letting. And then lastly, for Gillesple County, on US 87, there is a full depth repair, level up, bonding course, and tom overlay scheduled for a February of 2024 letting. This map shows all projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP by Lee County. First project on the list is US 290, a full depth repair, level up, and tom overlay scheduled for a January of 2021 letting. Next, we have US 77, two projects for a full depth repair, level up, and overlay scheduled for a January of 2021 letting. Next, we have FM 696, A widening project to provide additional paved surface width is scheduled for a February of 2021 letting. And lastly, for Lee County, we have FM 1624, a bridge replacement project is scheduled for a May of 2023 letting. This map shows all projects included in the 2021-2024 rule tip for Llano County. First, we have on SH16 two projects for a fold-up repair, level up, and inlay scheduled for a December of 2020 letting. Next, we have SH29, the construction of a Super 2 passing lane, scheduled for a January of 2021 letting. Next, for County Road 103 at the Llano River, there's a bridge replacement project scheduled for a May of 21 letting. Next, we have for SH29, there's another construct Super 2 passing lane project scheduled for a September of 2021 letting. Next, SH261, there's a level up and seal project scheduled for a September of 2021 letting. And then another project for SH16, a level up and seal coat scheduled for a September of 2022 letting. And then we have an RM2233, a repair, level up and seal coat project scheduled for a September of 2022 letting. And lastly, for Llano County, we have an SH71 mill and inlay project scheduled for a January of 2023 letting. This map shows all projects included in the 2021-2024 rule tip for Mason County. Our first project is a bridge replacement project in the city of Mason on a city street scheduled for a April of 2021 letting. Next, we have for US 377, a level up and seal coat project scheduled for a September of 2021 letting. Next, we have two projects for RM 1871 at the Llano River. They're to replace the bridge and approaches for a November of 2021 letting. Next, we have US 87, a level up and overlay scheduled for a December of 2021 letting. And lastly, for Mason County, for US 87, we have a reclaim hot mix rehabilitation project scheduled for a November of 2022 letting. The rule tip functions as a fiscally constrained budget list for the district. Frequently, we identify more improvements than we have money to implement. This means prioritizing according to those improvements that are most necessary. We've discussed the list, but where does the money come from? Funds can come from three main sources. One, the federal government through the establishment of the Moving Ahead for Progress in the 21st Century Act, or MAP 21. The federal government allocates these funds through the processes established by the Federal Highway and Transit Administrations. Two, TxDOT, like the federal government, also allocates a section of our budget for these projects through the Unified Transportation Program's 12 funding categories. Three, the local governments. Once the need has been identified and the amount of federal monies has been defined, the rule tip helps local governments assess the funding requirements to match those federal and state government funds and their capacity to meet them. Now, after you review and comment on these projects, what is next? The timeline above illustrates the rule tip process and where we are right now. Once your comments have been collected and considered, if necessary, the district will provide the TxDOT Transportation Planning and Programming Division with a revised rule tip for approval and integration into the statewide document. The statewide Transportation Improvement Program is built from the rule tip of all of the 25 districts in the state, as well as the transportation improvement programs from all of the metropolitan planning organizations in the state. The timeline above shows where the rule tip process fits into this larger effort. Once the STIP is approved by the federal government, everyone's projects are funded and become one step closer to getting on the ground. Now that you are familiar with the program, We want to hear what you think. You can email your comments to Brandon Marshall at brandon.marshall@txdot.gov. You can also mail your comments to the address below, addressed to the Texas Department of Transportation, Austin District, attention Rural TIP, to 7901 North IH35, Austin, Texas 78753. Comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by June 15th, 2020. Please make sure you send your comments before that date. If after today you would like more information or have any other questions, feel free to reach out or visit the district website for updates. Thank you for your time today and stay safe. If there are any questions about grants for transit, the Capital Area Rural Transportation System, CARTS, service area receives just over $1.1 million each fiscal year of the 2021 to 2024 rural TIP. Additionally, the TxDOT Austin District receives FTA 5310 funds for transportation for elderly and persons with disabilities to the tune of approximately $91,000 per year for small urban areas and $184,000 per year for rural areas. Once again, thank you for your time today and stay safe.